Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you for the grace that you've given me because this video is coming to you a little bit late, about 6 minutes. So I just wanted to say happy Sunday. So today's message, I really wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about lately. And what I've been thinking about lately is really about how we live our lives and the time that we spend living our lives. Now, I'm going to be completely vulnerable and honest, but I'm also going to step into a moment of courage. And I want to tell you that when I was younger, I used to be afraid of a lot of things. I was afraid of things going wrong. I was afraid of not being liked. I was afraid of just not being somebody that mattered. And that was something that was really, really hard for me. And so, you know, we live our lives in this bubble, right? Where we're afraid of things and we're full of doubt. And maybe what we're doing, we want to make sure that everybody else is doing, right? So we follow along, we gather with the crowd, and then we find that that's not really where we belong. And I know I've done that too. Maybe you have as well. And we live our lives just kind of trying to figure out where we belong, trying to figure out what matters. And a lot of times we think that, and are convinced that the rest of the world knows what's best for us. And a lot of times that's not true. The world doesn't know what's best for us. Only we know what's best for us. And so we spend a lot of time trying to fit in, being fearful, and not doing things that we really want to do because the world tells us, no, you can't do that. Or you shouldn't do that. Or even worse, there's no way you can do that. But I want to remind us all that, you know what? We have these moments. And no matter what we've been in the past, no matter what we've done in the past, no matter who we allowed to be a part of our lives, I want to remind us that, you know what? We still have a story to write. And no matter how many pages and chapters we've already written, there's still a lot of life to be lived. And I really want to emphasize the word lived. Because there's a lot of times where we just go ahead and we're just going through the motions. We're not really paying attention to what's going around in life. We just go from one day to the next day to the next day. And it's like Groundhog Day every single day. But we're cheating ourselves out of the moments that we have before us. We're ignoring simple things because we're always waiting for that big thing to happen. But what does that get us? And you know what? Sometimes it's just really the little things, the simple things. But if I asked you, would you rather live your life afraid? Or would you rather not live at all? Sometimes we have to do things that we're afraid of. Sometimes we're not ready. And sometimes we've been told that we need to fit into this round box or this square. And we don't do that. We're different for a variety of different reasons. And so therefore what we need will be different. Trendsetters and game changers don't wait for other people. They go out there and they just take care of business. They do what they need to do because they're not afraid to be first. They're not afraid to put themselves out there, regardless of what anybody else says. So I want to ask you, how do you want to write your story? What kind of words do you want on your pages? What chapters will you write? Are you just going to go ahead and write, yep, did this, next day, did this, and it's the same over and over and over again? That's not living. I want to encourage you again to take advantage of every waking moment that you have. Even if it means that you have to do something afraid, even if it means that you don't have all the answers, even if no one else is walking alongside you. That's where you start to really do things that no one else really wants to. They're afraid to do it for a variety of different reasons. So today's message is very focused on taking advantage of the time that you and I both have right now. Don't waste your time with people that are negative, toxic, and are going to throw you under the bus. Don't even waste your time. Don't waste your time doing things that you absolutely despise. Don't do things that don't bring you joy. Life is about living, and it doesn't mean that every moment is going to be perfect. What What it means is that every moment is going to be designed by you. There are some things we can't control. Happens to all of us. But we can choose what we think, our mindset, our attitude, and we can choose what we do. We can choose what kind of effort we put into things. So ask yourself, are you putting yourself in places that you really don't want to be? Are you doing things because they've become part of your norm, right? That you have just done them year after year after year and you just don't know how to get away from them. Take an honest inventory of what you need to do in your life and start picking and choosing, because we only have so much time. And the big question is, what are you doing with it? That's what matters. What are you doing with it? Choose your life, design it on your terms, no matter what the world and other people say. That's how you start to live your life. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.